This is Father Aaron, the Dungeon Minister. And CleriCon 2023 is officially wrapped. We have just seen Mage's Musings and Tale of the Manticore drive off, heading back to Toronto. And earlier today, Bandit's Keep and Hexed Press took off back for the Big Apple, down to New York, and it was fabulous. Our last game wrapped up. Chris Engler was running Mork Borg. That was the last one. Fleetwood was running a Simple Sixes by James F. Keck. He was running a World War II scenario. That was the second to last game to wrap up. And shortly after they finished, the Mork Borg finished, Touchberry and Bob Johnny played in the Mork Borg in that final session. And it was a blast. It was a blast. There are things that we learned in doing this. There are things that we will do differently if we do it again. And but you know what? For the most part, it went well, and it went well because of the people who pitched in. I'm going to have an official recap video. I'm going to do a nice, more polished thing with a slideshow of pictures and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm going to officially thank people then. I don't want to do it now because my brain is fried and I will forget someone. And I already did. We also saw Grumpy Old Slan head back to Montreal. I don't know how I could forget Grumpy. He was here from Friday midday and pitched in every which way he could, to the point where last night when I said I think I'll set up the altar goods for church tomorrow morning so that I don't have to do it Sunday morning. I could just do it before I go to bed. He pitched in to do that too, which had nothing to do with the con, but everything to do with helping me out, and God bless him for it. Soul of generosity, that man. Hey, Sean, Cal, I do sound less tired. You know what? I actually got a much better night's sleep last night. The first night, the cot is uncomfortable, and I was all keyed up because we'd had the dinner and the first game, but the real logistics was all today. So it was still coming, and how is it going to work? Is everyone going to go off without a hitch? Am I going to be able to run games and make pizzas and stuff? And it ended up I didn't actually run that many games if it came down to it. I'll tell you, if you're organizing a con, there's one thing that I accidentally did that I would suggest is run the opening game and then nothing else. Nothing else. It just happened that a couple people had issues come up that they couldn't come back for my game last night. So it didn't happen, which ended up being... I'm disappointed because I think the adventure was pretty cool and it would have been fun to recap it because my games, the game we did play and the one that didn't get played, were both set in the Honeywood world. So it would have been nice to have that to recap in, and it would have added some nice detail. But it didn't happen. All right. But it gave me a chance to rest a bit and to watch other people's games and to tidy up the kitchen before the con closed for the day rather than for 2 hours afterwards. So it did have the advantage there. So I would say if I was doing it again, I would only schedule myself for one game, either the opening game or a game right in the middle of the con, as long as I had help to do stuff. But yeah, this was fabulous. It was a lot of fun. St. Beckme, he enjoyed being at it. He presided over the whole thing the entire time he was there, and he has his con badge on because otherwise we'd kick him out.
He was guarding the trophy.
He was guarding the trophy. He was guarding the Bob Johnny onion eating contest trophy. I can't talk anymore. And incidentally, it was Touchberry who won that trophy, and it was he chomped on that onion like an apple and just smiled at the competition like, I got it. And poor Grumpy Old Slan is just, nope, I gotta stop. But it was a lot of fun. And yeah, we had the open tables, and there was a DCC game, I think it was, that Phil ran for some of the other folks. And then we had the walking tour of Glen Williams, which is Honeywood in the game, and I got to point out, this is where Rupert lives. Over there, that's where Sir Trevor lives, and they got to see the real world inspirations for the things that are in the game, which of course is interesting for the people who attended who watched the channel. There was a number of people who attend just because there was an old school gaming convention happening in their area, so they came for it. I got to tell you, we people who travel the distance, I think I may have already mentioned this, up from Indiana, Kentucky, New York City was Bandit's Keep and Hexed Press. And that was a lovely surprise because I didn't know Hex Press was coming, but it was a surprise, but a completely and totally pleasant one because he's a great guy and has a fab channel too. Yeah, as I said, I'm going to do a more proper thanks to everyone, but in a blanket way, thank you to everyone who supported the con, either with moral support or financial support. Everyone who participated in the con, anyone who did anything, thank you. Thank you for those who donated goods to be auctioned off. We had tons of stuff auctioned off. It was great, and yeah, it's all fabulous. I'm tired, and we got some glad of success. Been watching these updates. I'm glad, Cup of Solo. I'm glad. Probably some very confused locals. Well, we were just a bunch of guys walking around with lanyards. Maybe they thought it was a real estate convention. I don't know. Epic Encounters boxes are very good. They are. There's a guy who won one who's coming by this evening, actually. It's coming by in a little bit. Box the table for me. Box the table for you. My brain's too fried. I don't understand the joke. But anyway. Yeah, so it's all been great. The sales table. Yes, well, you know what? Grumpy Old Slan, a lot of the things on the sales table belong to Grumpy Old Slan, and a lot sold. I mean, we sold a good deal of stuff at the table. Did any local press turn up? Well, yes and no. No local press turned up, but a journalism student did, and she shot some video. She was attending the con, and she interviewed some people, including myself. She filmed games happening, and took what they call B-roll in the industry. They call that B-roll. And she did that kind of stuff, and so there was an archive of it, and of course I took lots of pictures. What I didn't take is and I don't quite know why I didn't take video during. Partly, it's kind of one thing pictures and another thing video for asking people, getting everyone's permission and whatnot, and also just you're running your legs off on a con of this size. So I just didn't have the time I thought I was going to have to do all sorts of live updates from the floor, that kind of stuff. So next year I will schedule the live updates from the floor. That'll be a lot better. Let's see, great channel. Great to see you guys. My age group still playing back into D&D after a 30-year hiatus. Thanks to your teenagers. Cool, there you go. See, in my case, it went the other way around. I got my kids into it, and in your case, your kids got you back into it. That's cool. That's cool. And are you looking forward to a little rest now, at least until tomorrow morning? Well, here's the advantage. Monday is my day off. A priest doesn't get Sunday off, of course, so I take Mondays off. So I will get some rest tomorrow. I'll sleep in my own bed tonight, which will be nice. And then we've got violin classes tomorrow, but it's not early, and I'll take it relatively easy. Although I imagine I have a number of things that I need to do around home, having been here for essentially 3 days straight. Word will spread around the con. I hope it does. There's so many people who are saying, I wish I could have come this year. I hope I can next. I really do hope we can do it again. Volunteer executive assistant for next time. That might help. Yes. Well, I actually had gotten someone who said he would help, but then he got a job. It was a teenager who was like, yeah, I'll come in, and then he got a job, which is great for him. I'm glad he got the job. He needed to save up for university kind of thing, but it sort of, I don't have any, well, and then I said, I can do that myself. Okay, man. It would have been nice to have the help, but I could do it myself. Oh, well. Darn non-loafer. Hey, kids today, they're not hanging around playing the D&D. They're getting jobs and contributing to society. Bunch of no-goodnicks. Anyway. Yeah, oh, well. I did have a fun time from the hilt. Absolutely did. So we're about done with the cleanup here. Still have to tackle the kitchen, and there's so many bags of chips. I wish they sold them in packs less than 54. So if you'd like a bag of chips for 75 cents, come on up to Glen Williams, yeah. Anyway, we'll be eating chips for a while. I wish I had done this before Halloween, because then we could give out chips at Halloween, except nobody comes to our house at Halloween because we live on a highway. Oh well. So there it is. CleriCon is wrapped for 2023. Now we look forward to potential CleriCon 2024. We'll see what happens. And there's only one thing left to do.